my own. So that's the strange thing that is also seen in the earth. A woman shall encompass a woman. That's the strange thing seen in the earth. The idea is she's actually circling her head. Protecting it is what she's doing it. For the first time in her adult life, because she's finally reached adulthood, or is become of an age where she should be understanding these things. And there's so many that do not choose to listen to wisdom and understand and put their case in order. And it says a reasoned defense is the term for making a legal defense in an ancient court. Today, 627 biblical apologetics is used for supplying evidence for the Christian faith. It's a very poor defense that they would have on that one, especially understanding and breaking down, all these Old Testament allegories, which simply don't reason out any other way. So it's a reasoned defense. It's her argument. So what we determined or come to understand the meaning of your stronghold meant, it meant your argument, your defense. And so when we look up the fortress of daughter Zion, the high tower, it has the idea of this neck area coming into play. And the reason why your defense, because it comes from your argument, all right? So that's why it says, but rather was a reasoned argument, a defense. All right? Your defense is your argument of reason that comes only from wisdom helping you to understand it. So it's a defense, it's a vindication, it's a verbal defense, it's a speech and defense. Answer for oneself. Clearing of self-defense. From the same as apologiome, a plea, apology, answer for self, clearing of self and defense. So let's look this word up. So that's 626, so that's the next one from 627. To give an account of oneself, hence to defend oneself. I give a defense. I defend myself, especially in a law court. It can take an object of what is said in defense. So we know she had to present her case. She's been silent all this time. And only when she goes in and looks for the evidence, all right, under close scrutiny of the text, is she going to find her defense in there for herself. And long time have I held my peace. I can't talk. Long time have I restrained myself. Now will I go forth, and I will deliver my children. And she says, I must restore back that which I took not away. The Shulamite says, look not upon me, because the false light has looked upon me and made me black. My mother's sons were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyard, but my own vineyard. My own hosts. All right? They're my hosts. They're my children. Have I not kept? I haven't taught them. I've been playing a harlot in his house is what I've been doing. Instead of understanding what the truth was in the land. And once she takes it upon herself to do that, she is able to defend herself in the court of law. And she is given effective release because she is able to repay back what was taken away. Not by her. Regardless, she has to restore them. And you can only do that with the truth. So, answer for oneself, make a defense, to give an account, a legal plea of oneself. This is all about the controversy of Zion. So let's just pull this in. I wasn't going to do this. So I believe it's Isaiah 34, but we'll go. I can't remember. It's been so long. So we'll just do this. Which is what the day of the Lord is about, the controversy of Zion. The day of the Lord isn't about a man, hubby, coming to get you. None will be gave in marriage, none will be taken in marriage. That's what it says. And then you say, you're the bride, I'm the wife, and Jesus is my husband, and all this foolishness of this lie in the land to get you to play his harlot and to get the little pat on the head, I'm willing to submit and bow to you. You're really king and God, and I better listen to everything out of a man's mouth off of the pulpit, though he can't be bothered to go in and find that truth. It's only on her to do it. And that's why it's the seven thunders that utters the truth. That's female of the Spirit. The sevenfold Spirit of the Lord is what utters it. So it says, for the Lord has a day of vengeance, a year of retribution to uphold Zion's cause. It should be the daughters of Zion's cause. For the Lord has a day of vengeance, a year of recompense for the cause of Zion. What's the King James? For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and a year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. So what does the word controversy mean? Now we're just told right here what the day of the Lord is about. It's about the controversy of Zion. It's about the splitting of the pleasant land. The pleasant land was the daughters of Israel. And they divide that into two covenants. One, this big fat lie that's in the land known as the marriage covenant, where a woman must submit to a man as her head and basically play his harlot, is basically your understanding when you get doing your homework and your research. Yeah. When you actually look at all that proof that really is provided by the Spirit in there. But anyway, we'll get back to this because I just forgot my thought. What does it mean? Requital. 7966. Bribe. Recompense. Retribution. Acquittal. A reward. A secure retribution. A fee. A recompense. A reward. Keep going. To be complete or sound. So that took us actually to those words, in the New Testament. The year of recompenses. So that takes us to the daughter of woman being brought forth before the Ancient of Days, her mother, Wisdom, who was speaking to the world in Proverbs 1, which then takes us to Psalm 2, and she says, this day will you receive this decree. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me the nations, and I'll give the heathens to you. They're all yours to judge and to do with as you see fit. All right? And that's with her coming back into existence. It has to do with Israel being reborn out of the dust of the earth. That's what this sign is about. It's not about a man coming for his bride. Now, we could keep going here. But the controversy of Zion, and that may not have been the text I was looking for, but it is about a court case. It has all to do with a court case, the controversy. Let me see here. Okay, for the vindication. That may be the word I'm actually after, is vindication. So let's go back up here and just look at that word. Because I have a sneaky way of doing things here. Vengeance, let's look at vengeance. Vengeance. She proves her case, that is her vengeance. Revenge, avenged, quarrel, vengeance. We'll go back. It's usually also in the notes, caught in the notes somewhere for the cause. The dispute for the cause, 7379, the controversy of Zion for her cause. Strife, dispute, contention, controversy. Now, why would they give the other word as controversy when it's this word that's the controversy? Now, why would they do that? Did I have that right? Recompense. Yes, so maybe I did have the wrong word pulled up. For the cause, 7379, of Zion. For the dispute, the controversy of Zion. So if we go down, see, I didn't look up this one. Strife, quarrel. In words, a dispute, a case at law. All right? So this has been pending for a long time. Why she gathers the evidence over time. So we see what the day of the Lord is about. It's about this court case and the dividing of the covenant of God into these two covenants, to the point where he says, oh, well, Nashapon will take the spirit of her covenant out, will take her house out. So what did we see? It says, who shall ascend into my holy hill? Now they want to put a man there. Well, it's she with clean hands and a pure heart. And she alone can ascend to her mother's house and claim her mother's house. Just as we find in these words. So let's move on here, and I'm going to finish up on these, I think. This word right here. 2817. Kleronomia. It's a feminine word. It's Strong's Greek. It means an inheritance. An inheritance. Inheritance. Regularly the gift of God to his, not to her, chosen people. In the Old Testament, go study it. Yeah. The promised land in New Testament, a possession viewed in one sense as present, in another as future, a shared participation. But she had her own house. She didn't have to live with him. She didn't have to use his head for her head. No. You see, what we understood was in Isaiah 47, the harlot Babylon says, no one sees me. I will never be widowless. I will never be childless. And the reason why no one sees her, Babylon the harlot, is because she's hid in his heart. So if men, they tell us men's are hid and that harlot's head is hid in his heart, what does that make you, girls? Well, it means you better get your own head, is what it means. And you better figure it out, and you better present your case in order, arranged, set in order, to your Ancient of Days, your mother, who turned her back on you to give you time. That's right. So, cognate 2817, feminine noun, an heir, apportioned inheritance by the casting of lots. Inheritance awarded by divine lot, the portion God assigns or selects, right? Inheritance. Let's continue down here. Let's scroll down here. Heirship. Concretely, pay attention here. Patrimony. Now, there's a word. Patrimony. You know what I thought of? Another word. Matrimony. There's the other word. Who shall ascend into my holy hill? Man ain't gonna claim mother's goods. Nope. But let's look at this heirship concretely, a patrimony or genitive case, a possession, an inheritance. So what's the meaning of patrimony? Well, patrimony means property inherited from one's father or male ancestor. Oh, look at that. Property inherited from one's father, or male ancestry. And that's the word patrimony. What do you suppose matrimony might mean? Wait. Let's see what the Wicked World's definition is of matrimony. Let's see what it says. Do we know what it means? Of course we do. Of course we do. Meaning of matrimony. Oh, I'm so in love. The state or ceremony of being married. Yeah. A woman to a man in his house, in his bed, under his law system. He's your head, girls. That's marriage. That's matrimony. No, you know what I'm going to tell you? Who shall ascend into my holy hill? She, with clean hands and a pure heart. That was the Shulamite. and a pure heart. You know what she's saying? Who am I going to leave my house to? Who? I'm only going to leave it to the one that speaks my truth in the land. I'm not going to leave it to a harlot. She says, I'll take no branch from you harlots that's bowing to a man saying he's your Lord and your God when you turn from me. So what would matrimony mean? Property inherited from one's mother or female ancestry. The house that he tore down and stole. That's right. But we see it in construction in Song of Songs 8, when she begins to nourish her children with her mother's truth. That's who will ascend into the holy hill. That's who will claim her mother's house. The daughter of Israel speaking the truth in the land with her court case set in order. That's who. That's right. That's what the day of the Lord is about. And that sign in the heavens is saying, I'm going to crown my daughter. That's what it's saying. Oh, but everything's about a man and a father. Well, they tore her house down. Made you a harlot. None will be gave in marriage, none will be taken in marriage. He stole all your possessions and your goods. That's right, that's what destroying her temple was all about. We see them cutting these trees down in Psalm 74. They were like axemen welding axes in a forest. But what does it say? She says, since... Where is it? We'll read this and we'll be done. Isaiah 14. 14 here. What does she say? For anybody who actually studies and knows the Bible. Of course you can't. There it is. Okay. So what does these daughters say? Where is it? So it says, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Verse 7. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us. So we took that woodcutter, that's the word for feller here, a woodcutter, and it'll lead you to Psalm 74, where they were destroying their temples out of existence, or houses, the women's houses out of existence. We see them destroying all the feminine representation of the God aspect in the Godhead. You are without excuse not to understand my Godhead and manifested it and what I created for your eyes to bear witness to. Then they tell us he. But the truth is, if he's truly made in his Father's image, and it says the tabernacle below does so reflect the one above. Moses was told that himself. That's right. He says, the tabernacle that I am to construct is the one based on the one in the heavens. We understood the tabernacle to be a reflection of our bodies. Well, I do not tabernacle in a male body. As a matter of fact, his male body cannot give life to this female body because I do possess 33% more genetic material. I am different than him. I am designed for a different purpose, and only my mother could give life to me. My father cannot, no more than father could give life to him. Mother is the creator of all things. She is the one that gave life to all things. She turned away from us, and she says, don't worry. You'll be no burden to me. I won't deliver you, because you know why? You're not my children. You don't even know me. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity. You want a marriage covenant where you play a man's harlot? You go for it, girls. You want a man to be your head and to rule over you? You have not learned your lesson yet, have you? You haven't. So, but it says, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. So we have done all of these verses and passages. We have linked them all together. And I actually didn't mean for it to be this long. I planned on it being just a quick little video. To connect it to 352, I've been receiving messages from the Holy Spirit. I've not been in the Word like I want it to be, so she chose this time to reveal these things to me. And I'm willing to receive them. I am. And I know it's the Holy One speaking to me. I have a personal relationship with the Holy Spirit. I have a personal relationship with my mother. I don't need nobody to teach me what that's about. My heart will do it. My soul will do it. My spirit will do it. My own reasoning from wisdom will do it. I don't need a man on the pulpit to teach me that. I don't need a man telling me what I can and cannot do. I do not need him writing laws telling me that. God gave me those rights, not a man. So, thanks for watching. I pray the Lord blesses you with an abundance of her waters, her truth, and I hope y'all have a really nice day. And thanks for watching.